Slappers. Don Luong here. Thanks for submitting your questions, and hope you enjoy my answers. First question from Monkey McPott. So tell us about the time Ryan Spencer got wasted in Cuba. Well, to clarify, everyone was getting wasted in Cuba, not just Ryan. But this was a kind of a celebratory trip from Todd Swank to kind of thank us for filming Oddity, which is ridiculous, just taking us on vacation for 10 days to Cuba. One of the coolest places I've been, for sure. And it was psycho. There was just rum flowing like water. Skating was not on the agenda at all. We were just there to go to the beach and drink Cuba Libres and just party, you know? So we're all staying at this nice Airbnb. We're all in the same house. I think there's 4 rooms, so there's at least 3 or 4 of us in each room. And we're just going off. And my room was the mellow room, so I had Glick and Joey Regali in my room. We were the mellow room for sure. It's probably middle of the day, 3 p.m. I'm in bed reading a book. Glick's maybe drawing or something. Joey's on his iPad. And I just hear a commotion outside the hallway. I'm like, fuck, these guys are going off again, you know? Like, I wonder what's going on now. And next thing I know, my door burst open and Ryan's butt naked, mummy wrapped in saran wrap. And I'm like, holy shit, what is going on? I look down the hallway, Dylan Wickens just like running by naked. I'm like, why is everyone naked right now? And Ryan just is in bed, chilling, just drunk, just in saran wrap. And I'm still to this day don't know how or why he ended up like that, but
Who else was there?
I mean the entire team was there.
Like
Cole and Aiden, I think, were naked too. Yeah, I don't really remember the details exactly,
Okay.
but it was a very naked trip, and yeah, Ryan was wrapped in saran wrap, so I'll never forget that for sure. Why does everyone call Corey Glick a nerd? Well, I know why we call him a nerd, because he finished high school early. I think he graduated a year early as a junior or something, so we just kind of played off that like he was extra smart and a nerd, you know, but he's very calculated. He, you know, you can tell by the way he skates, he thinks about what he's filming and what he's doing, so. But I mean, one day I think maybe Dakota called him a nerd and it just stuck, so that was the reason why, but there's no elaborate story on that or anything. He's just a nerd. We love him. How did Duffel get arrested in Florida? So we were on a Tomieto trip to Tallahassee. Well, it was a cross-country trip, but we ended up in Tallahassee, Florida, and I think we were making our way to Tampa Am, I believe, maybe. And Giles was trying to fly over this like massive rail into a parking structure, and it was a part of an apartment complex. And from what I remember, a lady came out just livid, screaming at the top of her lungs for us to leave, and in classic skateboarder fashion, you know, we didn't leave. And he ended up getting the trick. It was a backside 180 and a kickflip over a huge rail. But on one of the tries, I have footage of it, on one of the tries, Duffel kind of like barricades her off so Aaron can get run up for the trick. And so he's just has his arms out, and she comes like trying to barge through him, and whatever, he flies over and fails, and she just ends up calling the cops. He gets a trick, we leave. The next day, we end up at a rail, and we're just skating it like normal, you know, and out of nowhere, a posse of cops roll up. I say 7 or 8 squad cars. And I just think to myself, this is crazy for 9 skateboarders to get rolled up on just as many cop cars. I'm confused at this point. And, you know, they sit us down, classic, you know, name, license, who you with, who's in charge. And next thing you know, they call Duffel over, and he's in cuffs. He gets put into the back of a car, and they drive off. It literally happened that fast. We're looking around. What the fuck just happened? Duffel got arrested? We thought it was because he was dressed up in like a leather vest and chains and stuff, you know? Like, I didn't really understand why he got arrested. Yeah, the lady called the cops and said that Duffel had assaulted her. And how they tracked us was she remembered Tum Yeto being on the back of the minivan, and that's how they found us. Tallahassee's not that big of a town, so they looked for a silver caravan with Tum Yeto on the back. That's pretty easy to find. And they arrested him. And he ended up going to jail, and I had to take the footage to a lawyer and show it to him, and then they had to show it to the cops, and then Jaws bailed him out, and the case was closed. But it ended up being a 2-day ordeal, and we were leaving town, so we had to stay back, and it ended up just sucking. But I think he was in jail one night. Yeah, but and what's crazy is at the time he needed bail money, and he couldn't do it himself, and Jaws was the only one that had enough money to bail him out too. So if Jaws wasn't there, it would have been a whole other thing too, because Sinclair left. Sinclair left to the next town, so it was me, Joey Regali, and Jaws. Yeah, but I'll never forget that for sure. It was wild. Utopus. What trips do you enjoy more, Foundation or Toy Machine? I enjoy both of them equally the same. You know, every trip's fun when you're with your friends, and those guys are my best friends, so really, there's no comparing, really. Like, there's just always fun with those guys. What are the best and worst things about traveling with Sinclair? Well, the best thing about traveling with Sinclair is just his company and his jokes and his stories, and goddamn, that guy has stories. He'll make an 8-hour drive go by with no music. He'll just talk the entire time, and you don't even notice it, you know? We'll play little road games and stuff. Like, it's fun. Traveling with Sinclair rules. I wish he was on every trip we were on, but yeah, he's that's the best thing for sure. What is your favorite thing to shoot outside of skateboarding? I like to kind of dabble in every little thing outside of skating. It kind of keeps just filmmaking fresh for me, and it keeps it more fun, challenging, just new things. You know, I've done a few music videos. I've done a few just product commercials for They Will Bring It Pissed, but I've done a commercial for my friends that were at PF Candle Co.
Oh
yeah. Yeah, they rule. And
Which music videos?
just some local bands. Nothing too big. Like, and I didn't like film or direct them. I just kind of was like assisting on one or kind of in the background. Those productions are a little bit more intricate, so you're kind of like set the role, and then so. What is my favorite skateboard production that I've been a part of? That's a good question. I mean, if I had to choose one that I only filmed stuff in that I was really proud of was when Jeremy came out with that May Chapter 1 part. Yeah, I filmed I filmed the majority of the part, and I think just knowing that he was gonna get on America and us working really hard for that part, and not even seeing the edit before it came out, and just seeing your footage edited by Minor, you know? So like, that was pretty surreal to have opening part in an America video. I filmed it, and then, and Jeremy obviously is the best, so yeah, that was, I would say other than anything I've edited, probably America videos, or that May Chapter 1 was probably my favorite for that reason. Shiloh. Can you describe your collaborative process with Ed Templeton as the video takes shape? Ed, I think once I started having kind of a chunk of the video edited, Ed would come over and kind of just, he wouldn't even manage it. He would just oversee it, and we would just toss ideas back and forth. He's actually really fucking hands off, which is a dream come true for any kind of filmmaker, you know? He knows what Toy Machine should look and sound like, and I think me being such a fan before I even worked for him, I kind of I had it set on what I wanted it to feel and look like as well, so there was really no learning curve other than maybe just stupid little details that he wanted to change. Yeah. Like there were not much edits to be made. He just was down for almost everything I did. If anything, I had to tell Ed, like, certain things that he wanted to do. I was like, I don't know if we could do that, Ed. For instance, there's one part of the video where I kind of pan over to a bunch of kids that are like in the crowd, and Ed's like, you know what would be sick? If we just lit all those kids' heads on fire. That'd be amazing. And I just told Ed, I don't think we can do that. Like, I don't want to do that, you know? And you kind of have to bring him back down because he's obviously so creative and psycho that he just wants to do the craziest things. But no, other than that, Ed's hands off, and, you know, he has a lot of suggestions, and, you know, he's definitely open for any ideas I have too. So it's been real easy editing with Ed, for sure. The animations are done by this guy, Eric, who now I consider a good friend because he saved my ass with this video, and he just came through in the clutch so hard with all these ideas I had. You know, I would just literally tell him an idea about an animation, and he would just make it for me. He works at Disney, so yeah, he's the real deal, for sure. Shout out Eric Fountain, you rule. How has your process changed in regard to creating a team video over the years, and what was new and different about this project? Programming injection has been different than other videos I've done, especially the past foundation ones, because I think with the foundation videos, we always went out as a really big crew together and kind of just skated together a lot. And with programming injection, dude, these dudes they're booked up. Colin's always traveling, CJ's always traveling. Yeah, Axel gone, you know. Jeremy was hurt for a lot of this video. Blake filmed the Nike part while filming this part, you know. So there was a lot of, I mean, we're a cohesive unit, but as far as filming missions went, a lot of them were just a couple of us on a sesh, and I think that almost helped because it was more concentrated, a little more motivated, and a little more planned out. It wasn't just, hey, let's meet up and go drive around and see what we can skate. It was more so, hey, I think I want to check out this spot. Let's try to go get it. And it worked out. So that definitely was different between anything I've ever done. It was more of a concentrated session than, like, it was more mellow sessions than planned out than just kind of freeballing, which I enjoy both equally the same, but that was the difference for sure. Programming injection actually comes from Ed, obviously, but he used to write it on old ads. If you look at old Toy Machine ads, he would just write programming injection just in old ads. Yeah, that's where it came from. So he's always had the name kind of on the back burner. Everyone calls it program injection, which I kind of like, but it's programming injection. But you can call it whatever you want. How many hours of footage did Axel stack for programming injection? 100 hours. How was the experience of working on Vice King of the Road for you? King of the Road was fun, dude. I think I was very weary at first because of just knowing what goes into it. You know, it's very action-packed. You don't sleep. You barely eat. You're filming 24/7. But at the end of the day, I'd do it again for sure. You know, it was so fun. You guys saw the Foundation episodes. We had a lot of fun. And I definitely had fun. And it's cool because that really showcased how we are as a crew. There wasn't it's reality TV, but there was no faking or anything, you know. That's just how we are. Yeah, dudes were getting naked there too. Every Foundation team likes to get naked. Yeah. But King of the Road was awesome. Yeah, thanks Brain Dog for just having us. Shrout Powell, the winner of some DVDs. When will Foundation release another Ryan Spencer Pro model? That's a good question. I know he had one not too long ago, but as of late, I don't do sales or, you know, I don't deal with that end of the company, but I hope soon. I love Ryan, and I hope he's just, you know, life goes on, and, you know, he got married, and sometimes skating just doesn't support you the way that you need, and, you know, you're gonna kill yourself for nothing. Not to say it's not worth it, but you gotta kind of weigh out your options and see what's best for your life, you know. And he's doing great. He's doing I think he's a photo assistant for some kind of big agency or photo firm or something, but he's making a living doing another not skating, and he's making a living doing other things that he loves, you know. Yeah, he still skates, but he's just kind of just prioritizing other things over skating at the moment. This is from Ciota. What's your favorite graphic? Favorite graphic? I mean, I've been writing Toy Machine or Foundation boards for so long now, I don't even know what's out there, but I mean, I go to Furnace Skate Shop all the time, so I would say, dude, just the classics. Like I love the Toy Machine Monster. I love the Toy Machine Fist. I love the Foundation Star Moon. I love just the Baker bold letters. I love, yeah, just the classic logo stuff, you know, stuff that I grew up loving. Um, Anti-Hero Eagle, like that kind of stuff. I love all the classic stuff. So, ever slam bad when filming? Nothing too bad except for this one time I was filming a line. It was on a main street, and we were pushing super fast, and you know how the curb cuts, they dip and then they gradually get bigger. I thought I was going, and I thought I was gonna clear. I thought I was in the zone where it was level, but I fully imagine going full speed, crouched with the camera in your hand, and just hitting 3 inches of curb. So I hit the curb, and I remember sliding on my right side, and I just destroyed my right hand. So I slid so far that you could see just the artery in there, and it just caused the gnarliest scar. And my VX broke, and fucked up my knee. But to be honest, if that's the worst one, I'm lucky because I know dudes get smoked while filming. So
Who are you filming that?
I was filming Billy Davenport. It was for Taha.
Oh.
So yeah, it was a long time ago. I'm a little more.
So since then.
Yeah, I'm a little more careful now. The Unknown Soldier. What skaters are the most difficult to work with? Who are the easiest? I mean, I don't feel the need to even call anyone out. You know, they're all easy to work with. If you hang out with someone or work with someone long enough, you're gonna butt heads and clash with ideas. You know, but I'm close enough with all the guys that it doesn't ever cause tension outside of work. You know, outside of skating. But everyone's easy to work with. It's never a thing where I'm like salty or, you know, have to dreading, you know. So yeah, everyone's cool. I would say the easiest though are just dudes that know what they want to do and where they want to go, and that's, for the most part, that's Glick, Dakota, Provost, Jeremy's really good with that. Yeah, just dudes that can plan it out better. Yeah, when we know where we're going and we have a goal to attain that day, that's what makes it easier for me. But other than that, everyone's awesome to work with. So, what is my favorite travel destination? Dude, honestly, anywhere that I've never been is my favorite travel destination. I'm so down to go anywhere new, whether it be in the States or overseas. I just love it. I mean, I think everyone, right? Everyone wants to experience new things. But the one that sticks out in my head the most is I recently, maybe it was a year ago, I went on a Ruka trip to Morocco. And that was unreal. It was just, you know, it's the northern tip of Africa, and it's just so beautiful, like beautiful people, awesome food, awesome spots, and we had such a good crew. You know, it was such a fun time. So Morocco, I would say, my favorite. If I had to choose somewhere that I've never been, I want to go to Vietnam. I'm Vietnamese and I've never been there, so I want to go to Vietnam or Thailand or Japan. Just a rad Asian country would be cool. Yeah, I'd be down for that. If you could have any toy alumni in programming injection, who would it be? Oof. That's a fucking tough one. I would choose Jaylee just because he's one of my best friends and fucking rules. But maybe if you try to dig a little deeper and more in the past, I would probably choose... I don't want to say the obvious answer because BA is all I can think of right now, you know? Oh, dude, I would... Donnie Barley. Donnie Barley. Yeah, I would... Donnie Barley for sure. I just love his skating and his style. I feel like he embodies Toy Machine to a T, you know? Just raw, fast, everything. Tranny, rails, everything. So yeah, Donnie Barley. Or Alyssa Steamer. From Straight. Thoughts on every other skate content using Super 8 B-roll at the moment? I mean, there's really nothing to think about. I think it looks good, you know? It's a formula that I think skaters have used for a long time, and it always
comes back.
It always looks good, you know? And if you're a filmmaker and you're doing that, that means you're at least trying harder than others because you care about your footage and you want it to look good. So that's already a step up in my book if you're going kind of the extra mile just to even make the film even that much more special. because I mean I do it. I saw the guys I looked up to do it, you know. So it's just a classic look, and yeah, there's nothing wrong with it at all. I think it looks great. Francis Xavier. Between Toy and Foundation, who is the hardest to keep up with filming lines? Have you ever just filmed long lens because of it? I would say definitely the dudes that I filmed that I'm like just thinking, fuck, all right, here we go. It's probably Dakota and Provost for sure. Luckily, I hasn't gotten to the point where I had to, you know, just give it up and go long lens. Maybe once or twice because it was some gnarly hill or something, but for the most part, I've been able to keep up, barely. But it's funny you asked this question because recently on this Germany trip, I hurt my knee and I couldn't even film normal lines. So I had to film long lens for a lot of lines, and I had to be a little more creative, you know. But other than that, no, yeah, Dakota and Provost for sure. But yeah, those guys, they skate fast for sure. What's the go-to jam when you play guitar? Power chords or scales? Has Ed photographed you naked yet, or vice versa? No, Ed has not seen me naked. I've seen him naked in photos. I'm sure you could too. If you just Google Ed Templeton naked, you can probably see his wiener right whenever you want. So, who does your favorite nollie flip? And I'm assuming you're asking me that because I said I like nollie flips. It's the only flat ground trick I feel like I can do somewhat correct. I can barely kickflip, but nollie flips just work. They've just always been the trick that just always worked. Actually, no, this is easy. The first one that comes to mind is probably Herman. It's interesting how when he flicks it, it shifties backside, but his front foot completely kicks to the right. It doesn't usually your foot, if you're gonna kick it off, it goes off the nose, but it goes off the side, and it's so pretty. It's the prettiest thing ever, and you can't even fake that. It's so hard, you know. So Herman, and dude, Ellington. If you look at Ellington nollie flip, it's crazy because it's almost like he's fakey flipping. His body is looking like you're going fakey, but he's going nollie, and he has like that really straight kind of posture like you're fakey flipping, but he's nollie flipping. Another beautiful one. And Jeremy, oh my god. Jeremy Dixon. There's so many good nollie flips. Jeremy Dixon. There's too many good ones, but top, I would say Herman, top one for sure. Does Axel close out the new toy video? No, he doesn't, but does. Does Ed have more than a trick or two filmed? Maybe. Adam Abbas with the questions, a lot of them. Holy shit. What do you think of Strobek's filming technique? Does it help or hurt the footage? I think Strobek's shit rules. I love his videos. I love the vibe. I love all the Supreme stuff, you know. I mean, personally, it's not my style of filming, but that's like hating on a skater because he doesn't skate like you. Well, if anything, he's just offering something new, and you know, everyone has something cool to offer, and it's just his style. And I mean, to give Strobek credit, I would have to give Dan Wolf credit because Dan Wolf, you watch the old Eastern Exposure videos, and his filming's like that too, you know. And I don't think people realize that Dan Wolf most likely, correct me if I'm wrong, inspired Bill to film like that, you know. Yeah. So, I mean, I would be lying if I didn't say I was inspired by, you know, Miner or Kevin Barnett or something, you know, because that's all I watched when I was growing up, and I wanted to film like those guys. And I just trip out on how many kids try to copy it these days. And they're not good at it. Yeah, I've never seen a filming style be so imitated ever in my life. In my years of filming skating, I've never been it's which is cool because imitation is the greatest form of flattery, you know, and that's props to Bill because I love all of his stuff. I look forward to anything he puts out. So, what's some criteria you use for picking music? Would you ever use an Eiffel 65 song? I mean, that's kind of an obvious answer, you know, just whatever sounds good and gives you a good feeling. I think that's That's all you can really ask for in a song. If it complements the skater, then you're good to go.
Do they ever suggest songs to you?
Yeah, for sure. I bounce back ideas all the time with guys. Yeah, but yeah, music's kind of just a no, like a obvious. Just if it sounds good, then it's most likely gonna be good with skating. As far as Eiffel 65, what the fuck is that? Oh my god, this song. I'm blue, a da ba dee ba ba blue, a da. No, I would not let anyone skate to Eiffel 65. Some people think Instagram is going to kill full lengths. Well, what do you think? How can they maintain relevancy? That's a good question, because I was pretty convinced that even after Oddity that we weren't going to make another full length for Foundation. And we ended up making kind of a mini full length with Souvenir, And with Toy Machine, I'm thinking, this is the last Toy Machine full length we're gonna do, but we already have plans for one in the summer. So, I think it just gets harder with budgets, and board companies are usually the ones that do full lengths, and they're dwindling, And the shoe companies, that's probably the last thing on like. If you were to go to a marketing person at a shoe company and tell them, hey, we're going to spend 3 years and $1 million filming for one project, they're going to laugh at you. It's not sensible as far as marketing, I guess, but I think just because skaters and skate culture, we kind of value the full length so much. I think they're going to get few and far in between, but I think they're still going to come out every now and then. They're just hard to make. It's hard. It's hard to, like this one we barely pulled off because of everyone's schedule, So yeah, you have all these guys getting flown out on Volcom trips, Nike trips, Ruka trips, whatever, every Red Bull, whatever, every which way possible, and it's hard to get guys to film for one project. But I'm super proud and super stoked that we got this one done. So, how much money did you make from your board on Foundation? I didn't make any money. I was stoked that they even gave me a pro cruiser board, I have one. I don't know where it's at though. But yeah, I didn't ask for royalties or anything. I just was stoked they gave me a fucking board, how did that even happen, So, do you ever wear your Real Street medals to the clubs or video premieres just to let fools know what's up? What's up? You like to play music. Who would you rather play with, Ray Barbie and the Matson 2 or the GOAT? Was the GOAT with Reynolds, Spanky, Neckface, and Beagle? Those guys might be too wild for me, man. I think I'm gonna go with Ray Barbie and the Matson 2. I don't think I'm talented enough to play with them, but I'd probably just play Triangle in the background or something, Yeah. Tuna. What do you look for in a good pho restaurant? Pho do's and don'ts. That's a good question. That's a great fucking question. Right away, if you're in a pho restaurant and you walk in and you don't see condiments on the table, dip. You get out. Number 2, if you look in the kitchen and there's anything or anyone but an Asian person cooking your pho, get out of there. Dip. Not good. And number 3, this is a weird one, but if the pho place is cash only, it's most likely going to be pretty good. Pretty bomb. It's weird. It's a weird thing, but all my favorite places are cash only, and it has yet to fail the test. If you go by those guidelines, you'll find the best bowl of pho you ever had. Favorite brand of yerba mate? Do you have a favorite flavor, or do you just drink the classic or unsweetened variety? It's crazy that people want to know that. Like, you're asking me that? That is... Tuna, thank you for being curious about my yerba mate taste. But my favorite brand would be definitely Goyaki. It's probably the more popular one. You can find it in the yellow one. Dude, I've tried to hit them up on Instagram and stuff, just seeing if I can get a packy, but they're hating. Cole got a packy.
Really?
Yeah, Cole Wilson got one, and I was so jealous. But yeah, Goyaki, what's up? You're definitely not gonna see this. Rom-com top 5. Sick. I'm glad someone asked me about rom-com. Top of my head, in no particular order. Say Anything, Serendipity, 10 Things I Hate About You, 500 Days of Summer, and We'll throw it back with the classic Annie Hall. Yeah, that's a good one. Woody Allen. Rom-coms are, I feel like it's almost like a guilty pleasure thing.
So it connects. It's like,
You know, and it's like, you know, I'll watch horror movies, I'll watch action thriller, I'll watch some mind enlightening, boggling movie, you know, Donnie Darko, whatever you wanna, but dude, rom-coms rule too. You gotta give them a chance. Maybe it's an acquired taste for me, because I grew up with three sisters, and so I kind of just was exposed to that, but dude, I love them. I'll watch any of them. Yeah. Do you wish John Cusack would make more rom-coms? Well, considering the fact that two of the ones that I named, he stars in them, yes, I would. I wish he made 100 more, because I would watch all of them. Weirdest way have you found a spot? I don't think it's weird, but I think just when I, you know, go on dates with my girlfriend or end up in a city that I would say, yeah, dates. On dates, we'll go to a restaurant, you know, in city ABC, and the second it's in a strip mall, you know, instead of parking, I'm taking a lap behind the strip mall, and my girlfriend already knows what's going on, you know. She's like, what about that? And it's like a loading dock into a wall or something. I'm like, oh no, you can't skate that, but she's down. She's super down too, so it's sick, yeah. But no weird ways. I'm always lurking, so it's not like anything that anyone else wouldn't do, any skater wouldn't do, you know. But she gets mad when I'm driving though, and I'm just looking to the side of the road. She's like, no, she's like, watch the road. I'm like looking completely at the side of the road while driving, you know. Gets bad sometimes. Ever been to the sock on rails? No, what are the sock on rails?
It's like an inside joke.
I know what he's gonna say, sock on these nuts or something, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck you. Barra fell for it?
Oh my god, let me find it.
How do you fall for that? That's like saying, you ever had an up dog? Like, what's up dog? Like, dude, how do you fall for that? Which Toyota related production are you most proud of having worked on? What would have made that experience better? I think in hindsight, it's hard for me to say now that I'm more proud of Oddity than I was Souvenir, or Souvenir than I am Programming Injection. I think with each product, with each video, it's just a clean slate. I give every single one 110, you know. So I'm proud of all of the ones that I've been a part of and everyone that's involved. So I can't pick one other than the other, you know, because it's hard to even remember what Oddity even felt like. The process, at least, you know, to today, because I would be like, oh, Programming Injection the toy machine video was way harder, but no, Oddity fucking stressed me out too. So yeah, they're all I'm equally proud of all of them. What would make skate videos better? Other than just being bombarded with social media every day and seeing everyone just skate their local park, I think maybe less of that and more just filming missions and thought out just skating. That would make skate videos better. So I guess maybe less is more. And even dealing with the toy machine video, just dude, music is such a pain in the ass. You have to license and get everything just written off by 7 different people for one song. You get permission from the guy that made the song, and he doesn't even own the song. This guy owns the song. So I think if we had free reign with music, like how it used to be back in, you know, 80s and 90s, then it'd be great. Music for sure too would make skate videos better. How many Discord songs can we expect in Programming Injection? We got some Discord in there.
What?
Yeah, Ian Mackay hooked it up for sure. So yeah. RCB3. Yo, what's up, Don? Richard here. Glad we got to film together a few times back in the day. Richard, it was a pleasure. What's your favorite personal project you ever worked on? I still keep Taha on pretty heavy rotation. I mean, I think I kind of touched on it. It's already, in fact, actually, I could touch on this though. They're all my favorite, but if I had to choose one, it would be Taha, because I was a lot younger then and I wasn't thinking about anything but skating. There weren't very many adult problems that you have to deal with, bills and just, you know, adult shit. Everyone goes to that point in their life when all they do is they live, breathe, eat skating, and that was such a fun time in my life, you know. The crew that we had at that time, and just going out every day, every night, just for the sake of it. I wasn't trying to even come up or be a skate filmer. I was just having so much fun filming that it just became a thing, and it led to this. So yeah. Are you given total creative freedom when editing Tamioto projects? Yes, I am given complete total freedom, creative freedom. I would say one of the biggest perks of working for them is they kind of just entrusted me with everything, just anything, any ideas I have or any songs I want to use or how I want to portray the guys. You know, they're down. So it's really special that I get to do that, because you don't really get to do that at very many places, especially in filmmaking, because there's always some kind of micromanaging going down. So what you see is what, like, my baby, you know, which is really cool. All right, shifty flip. Whose part do you think will catch everyone by surprise at the premiere? Miles Willard, 100%. Just because no one's seen really what he can do or has done. He's the new guy, and he's my favorite skater right now. So I think he's gonna impress. He's gonna impress some people. The coolest looking skater ever. He just has a great style. What he embodies just Toy Machine, like what Toy Machine looks for: creativity and gnarness, and a good mixture of both, you know. So. Do the pho spots with numbered names have a meaning? What is my go-to order? No, I think that's just for lack of creativity in the Vietnamese community. They just say pho 53 or pho 79 or pho 84. You know, so I don't think they're definitely not related. I'll tell you that. So, yeah. So there's no meaning to that. And my go-to order would probably be we call it pho tai nam, which is pho with steak and brisket, or pho ga, which is chicken pho. Dirty Burger. Here's Gwen Stefani's photo. That's pretty sick. Foundation has had a lot of great videos over the years. Which is your personal favorite, and which one just didn't do it for you? My favorite Foundation video? Well, my first Foundation video was Art Bars, but then That's Life came out, and that, I think Leo kind of just blew my mind up, because we're almost the same age, and it looked like I was like, oh, I could do that, because he's so young in that video and so sick to like that moving unit song, I think, right? Yeah. So yeah, I think Art Bars, I didn't really get it yet. That's Life blew me away, but looking back, I think Art Bars is my favorite, just because the art direction in that is so good. It's so good, yeah. The music and the art in that it inspired Oddity a lot, if you can kind of tell, like, yeah, you know, so it's like, I kind of based my kind of just theme of kind of stylistic B-roll from Art Bars, you know, but
That's Life was way different at that point.
no, That's Life was a little more just kind of a little, no, I wouldn't say, yeah, just a little traditional, yeah, but Tentacles of Destruction, that Steve Olson part is ridiculous. He skates to David Bowie, he does 180 nose grind, switch pop shove it in front of you on Hubba Hideout. And backside my nose grind all the way around. And people were like backsmithing it in recent years, you know, it's so ahead of its time. It's so good. And obviously HK in that one. Yeah. If I had to pick one, the skating in it rules, but Cataclysmic Abyss, just, you could tell that Foundation was turning into something else. And I think like the growing pains were Cataclysmic and WTF, where like it was such good skating, but I don't think there was anyone there to kind of man the helm of like the classic foundation feel and look. So those two, just because, for that reason only. The skating ruled, obviously, but if you had the option to have one superpower, what would it be? I recently just thought about this. I think maybe my girlfriend were talking about it, but I think what it came down to, because people are always like, I want to fly or I want to be invisible. Like, those are like sketchy things, you know? Like, I want to have the power to like be the one to just heal. Like, you can just zap something and just heal it. So say like someone's skating a set and they roll their ankle, I'm just like, and just heal them. Yeah. Someone bums a knee, like, and it's back to 100% though. Because I would do it to my fucking knee right now. I would just zap it and it'd be better. So, the power of healing. I would just walk down the street like, oh, you get the flu? Like I would just heal them, you know? Like, that would be so sick. It'd be the coolest thing ever. If the van is getting ripe and smelly, do you go for an air freshener or Febreze? I think I've just been in the same van for so many years that smell just doesn't even affect me anymore. But I have seen Blake light candles in the van, which is really fucking sick. Like, we'll be in the back seat and he just has a candle going like it's a living room. So yeah, that was pretty sick. So if I had to choose, I would choose a candle. On your foundation model, it looked like a shaped board. Are you more of a shaped guy or a popsicle rider? I mean, cruiser boards, filming boards, I like to have a square tail and a pointy nose. So shape boards for filming, but normal skating, just classic popsicle board. Yeah, nothing special. Is Cole Wilson the best rail chomper to ever chomp the rails? Duh. He goes up them with kinks. Five Guys, Shake Shack, or In-N-Out? In-N-Out. I think because I'm from Southern California, and yeah, In-N-Out. Number two, raw onions, grilled onions, ketchup, mustard, pickles, everything. And then well done fries, but if I'm feeling extra spicy, then I'll do animal style fries. But drink, half lemonade, half Sprite with lemon squeezes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Everything's like all out.
I've been there enough to know exactly what I want. So 50 millimeter, 50 mm. Whoa, it's like a Hulk Hogan with Michael Jordan. That's so sick. Revelberry, Enlightenment, or Bluephoria? I pick Revelberry. I'm going to have to agree with you. Revelberry. I switch it up between Revelberry and Bluephoria. Glass bottle, passion fruit. That's a good one too. I never drink the mint one. I hate mint. So, Camel filters. Shout out to Eldo Lokes. Eldorado Skate Park. The best skate park ever. Everyone hates it, but I love it. Everyone there's so fucking cool. If you went there enough, you were in. You know, like no harsh vibes at Eldo. Transitioning from making furnace videos to some Yeto stuff, was there any point that you felt overwhelmed? How did you deal with it? Yeah, for sure. I think the challenge with you just being a professional skater is you do it for fun for forever, and then it almost becomes this own beast of a job that, you know, you have to do things in skating that you don't want to do. Every skater would be lying if they said that, you know, they never had to do things in skating that they didn't want to do, you know, like it's a part of the job, like a demo or a signing or having to get a photo for an ad when you're sore, or whatever the case may be. Like there's things to it that, you know, aren't ideal when you're trying to have fun, but at the end of the day, you got to remember, like, holy shit, we're living this insane dream lifestyle, and those things I just said don't even get close to the positives, you know, like traveling and hanging out with friends and getting paid to do it. So I think when you kind of circle back and you kind of get burnt out or a little jaded, you kind of have to remember that you're here because you're lucky to be here, not because skating owes you anything. So it's a humbling thought, and it keeps me like stoked on skating. So yeah. Favorite trick you've got to film? Dude, there's too many. Favorite tricks? Off the top of my head, Derek Wilson, Nollie Heel 16, Hollywood. Yeah, I filmed that. That was a week before the video premiere. So he literally got it and I put it in, and that was that. And he was not getting close. It was getting dark. He hadn't stuck any, and the first one he stuck, he rolled away, and There was a fat posse there too. It was like insane. Like Merlino rolled up and Nollie flipped it the same day.
Oh, that was the same day?
Yeah, same day. K-Row, I think like Nollied it and switching it. Like it was a gnarly session, and to Nollie heel it in those circumstances with that much, like there was no time left. It was a Sunday, like we couldn't skate it until next week, the premiere. So
fast.
yeah, that was like that's the one thing that sticks out in my mind as far as like a feeling I got when someone landed a trick. What's the trick that haunts you because you missed the footy? You know what's funny? I remember every trick that I've missed, and I've missed two. I've missed Blake switch front heel over a barrier into a bank in Albuquerque, but Cody Green was there and he filmed it. So he still got it. And Jaws board slid a rail on that Neff trip I was talking about. Jaws board slid a rail, and dude, this is funny. We had breakfast before, and this is the reason why I'll never get drunk before I film. But I was with Blake, and we were just throwing back mimosas before the first spot, and I'm sitting here like playing Leo's guitar, like not even aware of my surroundings, and here comes Jaws flying down the rail, and he lands the board slide, and my camera's not even out, and I'm like, yep, not doing that one again. So yeah, I don't get it.
Do it again?
There's another filmer that filmed it too. So I had my ass saved both times, but I've lost footage before. There's a difference between missing footage and losing footage. Oh, because fucking HD, dude. You copy it over, you think you put it on the hard drive, and then you delete it from your computer, and then it's gone. Yeah.
What did you delete it?
Nothing that I can say meant that much, but I remember I had just gotten the job at Tomieto to work for Decline to help him the video, and Merlino front feebled the rail, and this is when I had just started the HD workflow, and whatever happened, I deleted it off the camera and didn't even log it. I remember calling Nick and being like, dude, I got bad news. He's like, what's up, man? And I was like, I'm so sorry. I deleted your front feeble and nose grind down that rail we got last weekend. He's like, oh, let's just go do it again. And I was like, whoa. Dang, Merlino's actually pretty fucking cool. I thought he was crazy, but he's pretty cool. And we went back and we got it. And you did both. Oh, I was like, dude, I'm getting fired. Like, I was so new to the game. I didn't even really know Nick that well yet, you know? And he just I picked him up. We drove. It was like in Covina or something. I don't remember what city it was in, but yeah, he just did it both within like 30 minutes and called it a day.
Shit.
Yeah, it was sick.
So you got saved every single time?
Yeah.
So so it wasn't, you never like actually lost and everybody would get everything again?
Oh, for sure I have.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I've lost Julian Davidson. He flipped his 12 stair. I lost that. It's funny that I can recollect every one because it doesn't happen that often, so I can remember. But yeah, it sucks because it's like you just waste everyone's time and your own time. Yeah, it's really heartbreaking, but it happens, you know. So, Ed Boy, which team behaves better in the van, Toy or F? Definitely Toy Machine has the mellower van. You got little CJ, he's just a child hanging out. Leo's always real chill in the van. Colin plays loud music, but other than that, he doesn't rage in the van, you know. Blake's just smoking, Jeremy's mellow. Everyone's mellow. Danley's in the backseat with me. We're super mellow, but the Foundation van, I think you've seen footage of it on King of the Road. Dude, they're shotgunning beers, they're fucking wrestling, they're screaming from the back to the front. The Foundation van's just rowdier. There's no even explaining it. It's just rowdier for sure. What do you think of the up and coming F-Flow bros, Julian, Evan, and Matt? They fucking rip. They're all so gnarly, and I'm looking forward to seeing more from them, you know. Evan's my favorite though. Sorry guys, but I know this person. HB Gaba. First heard of you through Taha. Was that the first video you made? If not, then what was? Any good stories that stick out from that time period? Do you still see any of those dudes anymore or know what they're up to? Yes, that was the first video I filmed and edited myself. I had filmed a bunch of local videos. I helped film a bunch of local videos before, but I've never really sat down and edited one myself. Just gave up footage for a lot. But yeah, Taha was the first video I made. And that took like 5 years. Yeah, 5 years of straight filming through like my teens into my early 20s, you know. Without no end in sight, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna put out a video. And it was interesting because right after the video came out, I got a job at because of that video, it was like my resume, and I got a job with Vans. Yeah, like doing filming and editing for them. So, any good stories that stick out from that time period? I mean, I already touched on it, but dude, just the freeness of that time in my life and everyone's life then. Half the dudes you named, Jordan, Alec, Derek, Ben, Brian, like half of them have kids, and they're all just working normal jobs. Like, not everyone gets to be a pro skater and make it and make a living at that. So.
Or even working.
Yeah, or even work in the industry or whatever. Like, but no, I don't really talk to too many of these dudes much anymore. I keep in contact through the internet and just text messages on birthdays and stuff or whatever. But no, I miss all these guys. I miss skating with them. So hope they're doing all right. What was your favorite Long Beach spot growing up? What's your favorite Long Beach skate spot nowadays? I didn't grow up skating in Long Beach, so my favorite skate spot growing up was it was an elementary school called Swain, and it was down the street from the skate shop. It was right next to a Del Taco. So what we would do is we would go eat Del Taco, and essentially it was just two planners, but each side had a run up. So then they were all waxed, so you can hit the ledges going every which way. There's two of them, and they were kind of set up in different positions, so you kind of had to like do a figure S kind of to get around them. But yeah, Swain ledges was probably my favorite skate spot growing up. And my favorite skate spot now would be just any red curb. Yeah, I don't really, I was never good at skating, so low impact and just flat ground and red curves or parking blocks are always, flat bars are fun too, but yeah, there's not like, I'm like, oh, I love that hubba, or I love that rail, like none of that. Sketchiest situation filming in and around LB, sketchiest situation filming outside of LB. Just in general, sketchiest thing would be just getting a gun flashed on us in San Jose, me and Blake on a decline trip. All this shit pops up on decline trips, dude. It's pretty sick. But yeah, we were just filming in downtown San Jose. Kevin Barnett was filming Jordan Taylor. Me and Blake were there just keeping him company. And yeah, this dude was dealing drugs and was like, yo, get off my block. We were like, what? We're just skating. He's like, you're messing up my customers. We're like, okay, so this guy's obviously selling drugs, but we're going to keep on skating, And it's a crowded downtown area, and literally within minutes, we look around and downtown had just cleared out, and the dude's like, I told you to get off my block. And he raises up his shirt, and he's just got a gun in his waist, and we're like, holy shit, let's fucking dip. And I remember Barnett and Jordan Taylor, like, I don't remember what happened, but they gathered their shit and they dipped real fast. And me and Blake ran the other way, and we were trying to get a hold of Sinclair to pick us up on some random block. And I want to say this is, maybe I didn't even have an iPhone yet or something. Actually, I probably had an iPhone then, but for some reason he couldn't find us, and he was like taking a shit somewhere or something, so he couldn't like pick us up right away. So we were so scared, just on this empty street corner a couple blocks away from the guy that just flashed a gun at us, and it was so scary. But he picked us up. It was all good. Nothing really that crazy happened, but that's probably the scariest thing that's ever happened. Yeah. Your favorite adult beverage? Beer wise, love a good michelada. Never salt on the rim, always tahini. I hate when people give you salt on the rim. I'm like, what are you doing? That doesn't work. And it's got to be tomatoey too. I hate when they're light on the tomato juice. You got to go heavy on it, nice and thick. Or tequila. I like tequila. I like margaritas, guava, mango, any kind of fruity drink. I'm down for with tequila. I'm not scared to drink like a colorful drink. I hate that fruity drinks are just deemed so masculine and like so girly. But take a fucking sip, dude. You're gonna fucking enjoy that shit, and you're gonna get drunk. So, sorry I don't drink whiskey neat. Best pho spot in HB or in the general area? Pho 79 off of Brookhurst and Hazard. If you're ever in the area, please check it out. They got the best quality meat, good prices. There's always a line. If you go at the wrong time, there's always a line out the door. So that tells you it's that good. So, Pho 79. Snowman 600. I can't stop buying guitar pedals. What are some of your faves? Top 5. I don't really use guitar pedals, but they're fun. I like a good, maybe just a delay pedal that gives you like those weird like, like the nice delay is good, and anything weird, any kind of weird distortion or weird just zony, trippy sounds I like. So I don't even know what you would call those kind of pedals, but those are my favorite kind of pedals. Christmas complete. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you hate CJ Collins? Answer honestly. My answer is your answer plus 10. Fuck, alright. My answer is -10. I hate CJ Collins -10. So if you're good at math, you can plus 10, and that equals 0. So you hate CJ Collins 0. Sitting on any Larry Perkins footy? Oh, Larry's got a whole part. He just doesn't know it yet. For sure. Vert part too. Vert and street. Yeah. Who drives you more insane? Sinclair, Merlino, Leo, or Billy Marks? I think that's an obvious answer, right? Leo and Billy have definitely never driven me insane. Sinclair, nah. I wouldn't say insane. If anything, I'm just kind of stressed out sometimes when he calls me, but that's not insane. But Merlino has driven me AWOL plenty of times. Just normal things. Hey Nick, we're gonna go skate today. We're gonna have, rhinos coming. We're gonna shoot the nose blunt down the rail. All right. I show up to his house to pick him up. He's like, hey, I left my board at my friend's house. Can we go pick it up? I'm like, no, dude. We're done. He's like, all right, well, can we go to the skate shop to pick up some Crux? Because I don't have any Crux. So we had planned this session for 2 weeks, and he doesn't even have his board the day of. Shit like that all the time. But I love him. He's the best. He would kill for me. For anyone. Any of his friends. But he's a space cadet for sure. He's the best, man. Misunderstood. Merlino is very misunderstood. Yeah. Double Steve Burger. Hey Don, Taha is one of my favorite videos. But would you rather poop out a softball or pee out a marble, baby? Considering the fact that after some meals, I would say that I've pooped out softball-sized shits. I kind of already have gone through that, so I'd rather do that than pee out a marble. That sounds painful. My name is not Jeff. What's the camera setup you're using for the video? The classic. I mean, now it's classic. I would say that VX is classic, right? But just the Panasonic HPX 170 with the Century big fisheye. Yeah. I feel like even that's kind of the standard now, right? Like I feel like that looks really good compared to maybe some DSLRs or something, in my opinion, or even a red camera. But to each their own, that's what I use. Yeah. I use it because John Miner uses it. That's like, and in my eyes, Miner can do no wrong with his video, so I'll stick with what he's doing for sure. Yeah. What's the board setup? My board setup for filming is any 8.5 kind of cruiser shape. Has to have a square tail. I like having a square tail just to kind of stabilize indies, and 60 millimeter wheels, cruiser wheels, no risers.
Really?
Yeah, I'm light, so it doesn't. I don't dip around that hard, so it's perfect. I tighten them a little bit, but they're good. Yeah, they're perfect. Yeah. Who's your go-to roommate and why? Who's been the worst? I mean, I've been working for Yeto for so long now that I've kind of roomed with everyone for different reasons, Like there was a phase of maybe rooming with Blake or Jeremy because we just smoked a bunch of weed. Roomed with Dan Liu. We always have just good snacks and just laugh all night. I don't know. Everyone's fun to room with. There's not one particular one, but I have noticed that in the recent trips, I always try to room with whoever the newest one is because I want to get to know him. So like I roomed with Miles on his first trip. I roomed with CJ on his first trip, which was really funny. Yeah. Dude, he's a psycho little kid. Like I walk into the room one day and he just has like his beds like stacked up sideways. So it's like there's like the mattress and there's like the box frame. He has them up sideways with a blanket over it, and then the couch in the middle or something. And he's just like chilling in this fort. And I'm like, whoa. He doesn't mess up my bed. It's his bed. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, just hanging. It's not even causing a ruckus. He's just literally like eating, and he fucking watches movies so loud. Say it's like 1 to 100. He watches it literally like at 85. Like just so fucking loud. But yeah, I try to tend to room with whoever like the new one is on the trip, just so I can get to know them. Yeah, that's always fun too, because when you room with someone, you get to know them really well. You get to know other habits and just how they like interact, like, how they live. You know, yeah, it's cool. Who's been the worst? Merlino. Do not room with Merlino. He's fucking sneezing on your neck. No, he just has this really like wet sneeze, like like so wet, coughing, always like rubbing his nose and eyes. There's always something wrong with them. I remember, I forget what trip it was, but this is when Nick doesn't drink anymore, but he was drinking, and he's like, I'm going out. You want to go out? I was like, no, Nick, take the key. Do not wake me up when you come back. Take the fucking key. 4 a.m. I just hear, doof, 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 doof. I like wake up in such a startle, like, and of course, hey, I forgot my key. I'm like, dude, shit like that all the time. So, Nick, I love you, but I'm never rooming with you ever again. Do you prefer HD or VX? Why or why not? For a long time, I couldn't convert. I was such anti-HD, you know, just because I had filmed VX up until that point, and I was so anti. And then eventually I had to, because Yeto wants HD, you know, and once I crossed over, I couldn't even imagine having to deal with glitched footage or logging tapes or any of that anymore. The workflow is so much better through HD that I couldn't even imagine doing VX anymore. So yeah, HD for sure. I haven't filmed VX in years. Yeah. Any advice you have for filmers that want to make it in the industry? I know it's real easy for someone that's in it to say, like, don't worry about it, have fun, you know, just skate with your friends. But that's really what it takes, is because if you worry about getting a check or coming up or Instagram followers or just being any kind of fame you get from skating, you know, like, if you're not going to do it for the right reason, you're just going to hate it even more in the end. And this, you know, by no means, like, did I not try. I definitely tried, you know, but I think I was so immersed in the fun aspect of it and just wanting to do it because I loved it so much that it just happened for me, you know. I was in the right place at the right time too. That is definitely, ask any of the skaters that make it where they are, and, you know, obviously it's talent, but right place, right time. And just work hard and don't even think about it. Like, if you're in the Midwest or just somewhere that's not really happening, then, you know, maybe move up to California would be like the only thing that I would say you'd have a better chance. But there's dudes doing it all over now. You know, you don't need to move to California to do it. Like New York, or just film your friends. That's pretty much it. Film your friends, and if you love it enough, something, I think, good will happen. So, and persistence. Yeah, persistence for sure. Favorite Toy Machine video? I love them all, dude. Fuck. But the one that resonated me with the most was Good and Evil. Just because it was that time when, you know, when you're young and you're such a sponge and you just absorb anything you like, you just become it. Good and Evil. But as I'm older now, Welcome to Hell, like, kind of gets right up there, you know. So, Good and Evil, Welcome to Hell. And the thing is, the skating in it's gnarly, but it's like there's a lot of like cruising skating in it too, which I really like about that. Like, they're hitting like ledges and flat gaps on the sidewalk and stuff. Like, I love that. But they're just skating down the street. That spot's down the street. Yeah, so I love that about that. Like, they were just local skating. Yeah. From Know Your Role. What sauce combo do you use in your pho? I go pretty untraditional. I know you're not supposed to add too much in it, but I love it kind of sweet. So I'll add a shitload of hoisin sauce, which is I mean, I kind of compare it to barbecue sauce, but it's just like the sweet sauce. Hoisin sauce, sriracha, shitload of limes. So that's about it. Thoughts on the chopstick spoon combo where you drop noodles onto the spoon to get a good noodle soup ratio? Dude, there's no other way to eat pho than that way you just said. Anyone else that eats pho any other way, you're doing it wrong. You gotta put it in the spoon, get some broth, take a bite, get some meat in there too. Make sure it's a nice balanced bite. You don't want just noodles one bite, just meat. Gotta get it all in there, man. I love the pho questions. I fucking love it. I see some Viet ladies at my favorite place chopping up noodles with a pair of scissors they brought to feed bite-sized mouthfuls of noodles to their kids. Is this a game changer? I mean, it's just kind of common sense, and I think it's funny because I was fed that way as a child, as my mom would take my pho noodles and my meat, just dice them up with scissors until it became just like this, almost like a porridge, and then just feed me spoonfuls of it. No chewing necessary. That's so sick. Which skater industry individual is the best cook? You know who's actually a really good cook is Merlino. Merlino cooks up some mean meals. He makes an insane spaghetti and meatballs. He'll make good ass salmon. Yeah, Blake makes good meals too. Blake's pretty domesticated. Him and his girlfriend Sierra. I go over there for dinner sometimes, and they're always cooking up something really good.
Really knows.
Yeah, but another one that comes to mind is Cole Matthews. He's master griller. He'll throw a barbecue like no one else's business. Any barbecue that I've ever gone to at his house, I say it's the best one, and then the next one's even better. He just marinates meat and always has good meat and good size, you know. So yeah, Cole Matthews, Blake, Merlino. Yeah, Merlino has the little curveball in there, but shoe problem. How many brick walls would you run through if Coach Popovich told you to? Basketball question. That's the first one. I'll tell you this. He's the head coach of the San Antonio Spurs. He's a really good coach. If Coach Popovich was a TM, he would get your team rider to try any trick. He is such a damn good motivator and such a good coach that, yeah, I think Coach Popovich would make a good TM too. But as far as how many brick walls would I run through, none. That would fucking hurt. So, Jonas, got the cupcake. Hostess, what's your favorite snack after 10 p.m.? It varies on how hungry I am. If I didn't have a big dinner, then I'll try to go full meal style. But as far as snacking goes, maybe like some popcorn or some string cheese, maybe a pickle, cookies, ice cream, anything. I love snacking, so whatever's in the fridge, I'm taking it down if I'm hungry, you know, so. Cuban links. Did Tyshawn Nollie flip over the trash can or nah? Yeah, there's footage of it. Yeah, people are saying because he's shifty.
I think it's just only him.
It counts?
Because people were like arguing, like, are you kidding me? Like, he straight Nollie flipped it. Like, that was.
Okay, I get, like, okay, he backside shifties, but what?
There's no way.
He Nollie flipped over a fucking trash can. There's no questions about it. Tyshawn's actually sick. When he rode for Toy Machine.
Oh, right.
Dude, dude, he stayed with me. I mean, dude, to be honest, Tyshawn as a little kid, so fucking funny, dude. He was way ahead of his time. I remember he ordered filet mignon at a restaurant. We were eating steak. He's like, I want filet mignon. He's like, oh, how would you like it cooked? He's like, well done. He's like, oh, well, if you're gonna get filet mignon well done, you might as well not, don't spend your money on it and get this kind of cut steak because it's cheaper and we can cook it. Like, nah, I want filet mignon well done. It's like, you obviously eat steaks kind of rare because that's the reason for getting a nice cut meat. And it was so funny, like this waiter was like arguing with a 12-year-old kid about why he should get a certain steak. Super hilarious. And he was so sweet, like he was just a child, dude. He was like kind of just clinging on to whoever was around and always so nice and just so funny and dude ripped. He actually posted some footage of that I filmed of him on his Instagram not too long ago. Like it's like he skated the Belmont stairs. I don't know if you remember that. Yeah, he skated those and like backflip shoved some rail. Like yeah, I filmed all those. Yeah, super stoked. Not that I didn't think he was gonna be as good as he is, but he is so psycho now. So psycho. Yeah, he's sick. I like Tyshawn a lot. I don't know him too well these days. You grew up and you change, but I would like to think if I saw him in public, we would be good friends, you know, like we would say what up and stuff, have good vibes. So yeah, Tyshawn rules. Just say hi. Pop in your head. This is my girlfriend Riley. Say hi to all these internet jerks. Silky Johnson. What is the most bizarre thing you've witnessed on a filming mission? Dude, now that I think of it, this is a hilarious story. I wish I could figure out who was there, because it would just seem like a better memory if I could figure out who was there. But I know I'm almost positive Ryan Spencer was there and maybe Dakota, but we were skating a spot in a police station parking lot. It's like some over the rail, and you know, we're just looking at it. We had been there for like 2 minutes, and out of nowhere, this maybe a Corolla full of teenage girls, 4 teenage girls. They were so young. They might have just gotten their license. They pull up right next to us, roll down the window, and they just start screaming at the top of their lungs, like, ah, like almost like making fun of us, laughing, you know. And they're like taunting us, you know. This goes on for like 10 seconds. They're like screaming, waving their arms, laughing, pointing at us. We're like, holy shit, this is fucking crazy. The young girl in the driver's seat, she punches it. She's tail spins out, like, runs straight into a fucking pole, splits the hood like almost in two, like diced it in half. And we're like, holy shit, what is happening? You could tell like they were so shocked. They pull out and just speed out of the parking lot. So these teenage girls essentially totaled their car by making fun of us. Yeah, it was so insane. Someone definitely got grounded that day. I'll tell you that. Imagine like going home and being like, hey, saw some skater boys and I made fun of them and then I ran into a pole. Who's the NBA GOAT? Michael Jordan. That's no questions asked. Kobe Bryant close second, but other than that, no, I'm not really feeling LeBron. I like Jordan and Kobe though. Concerned parent. And look, their photo is a concerned parent. That's pretty sick. How many guitars you got, son? What's the most you spent on one? I have 2 electric guitars and 1 acoustic guitar. I think the most I spent on one is like $700. It was for like a Fender Jaguar. I haven't played it in a while too, so dang, gotta start playing. I think I spent a lot of money on it, but yeah. Toy machine videos have some of the best music choices in the history of skate videos. Are you picking all the music for the video, or do you have any outside input? Favorite song used in a past toy video? Yeah, for the most part, I picked every song. I had some help with a few songs, you know, but for the most part, guys kind of entrusted me in picking the right songs for kind of fit the vibe of Toy Machine. But I definitely had outside help for a few guys for sure. Yeah, I can't take all the credit. Favorite song past toy video? Obviously the first one that's so iconic is when Ed skated to Sonic Youth in Welcome to Hell. But I always loved when Matt B skated to the church in Suffer the Joy. Reptile. That one sticks in my head a lot too. How do I nollie flip? What's the secret? I don't know. I've done them for so long. They just work. Maybe just pop your nose hard and kick out, not down. Kick straight off the tail. If you kick down, it's not going to look good. So just kick straight off the tail. What'd you have for lunch today? I had a Lee's sandwich banh mi. It was really good. Thank you for watching, and I don't know why you want to know some of those things, but I appreciate it.